Hey guys, today I'm making oatmeal cookies, and we're going to need a large bowl, well, a couple of bowls, but to mix it in mainly we're going to need this large bowl, and of course we're going to need oats, and I recommend the old-fashioned oats, uncooked, not the instant. Don't use the instant, use the old-fashioned oats, uncooked, and we're going to be using the white sugar. And we're going to use dark brown sugar. We're going to need white flour. And what else we need? We're going to need cold water and salt, non-stick cooking spray. I use canola oil. A little baking soda, vanilla extract. And we have this ingredient here. We're going to use Crisco vegetable shortening. And you don't have to have the parchment paper, but I like to use the parchment paper when I line my pans, and I'll spray the parchment paper with the nonstick cooking oil. It's a lot less cleaning. And guys, that's the ingredients that we're going to use to make our oatmeal cookies today. All right, first we're going to take our shortening. And we're going to put our shortening in the bowl. And we have 1 cup of shortening. Just 1 cup of shortening. Let me get all of this out of my cup here. It's not melted. It's just straight out of the Crisco can. Get that out of there. Now, let's see here. Let me use another spoon to get that off of there. Let's use this one. Okay, that's my 1 cup of shortening. Not a heaping cup, just a regular cup of shortening. Okay, now we got to put our sugars in there. We're going to add our brown sugar. And we have 3/4 cup. It's firmly packed down in there. About 3/4 cup of brown sugar. That all out of there. Let's see. All right. And we're going to add a 1/2 cup of white sugar. Okay, now we got to cream. We have to cream our shortening mixture together here. Okay, we got to blend that well. Make sure it's nice and mixed there, nice and creamy. So when you've gotten that pretty much blended together, it's not quite there yet, as you can see. It's kind of crumbly, but we got to mix it and break down that shortening. Mix sugars together with it, so it's all a bit creamy mixture. Okay, that's good. Now that's pretty well blended. Okay, now I'm gonna, where I have an egg. We have an egg we have to add to that. Where did I do with my egg? Oh, here it is. It's supposed to be over here with the rest of the ingredients. We have an egg too, guys. We have to use an egg for this recipe. Okay, now I'm going to crack my egg and put it in the cup because I'm going to have to beat it. I'm going to have to beat the egg. Where's my, oh, here we go. My fork. So I'm going to beat that egg up. I'm going to add that to the to the sugar and to the creamy mixture here. I'm going to mix it a little more. Mix that up really well. You want the egg to be all mixed up into the creamy batter here. Okay, that's good. Here we are. Now, the next thing we need to add is our water, and this is calling for a fourth of cup of cold water. It has to be cold. So let's add our fourth of cup of water. And we'll mix it again. Until the water is blended into the mixture. Make sure it's blended in there well, and that's good enough. See? It's all blended in. Okay, now we're going to add our vanilla. And we need 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. There we are. Okay. And we're going to blend it again. Stir it up. Stir the vanilla. Make sure the water is blended in there very well. Okay. Now that we have our creamy mixture all mixed up together here, let's go to our flour. Our flour mixture, we're going to have to have 1 cup of white flour. And what we're going to add to our flour, we're going to add our baking soda. Okay, so I need a teaspoon for that. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to add not a half a teaspoon of baking soda, a fourth. That's a half of a half. Okay, we're going to add it to our flour mixture. I'm going to put it in the flour. And we're going to also add some salt. And we don't need a lot of salt. Let's just add like 3/4 teaspoon of salt. About 3/4 of a teaspoon. Okay? We're going to add that to our flour. Okay. Now we got to mix it up. Mix the flour mixture here. Blend it in there. The baking soda and the salt. Just kind of blend that up. Okay, now here comes the fun part. Now what we have to do is we have our 3 cups of oat. We need 3 cups of uncooked oats. Okay, the old-fashioned kind. We don't want the instant. It's not going to be that good with the instant. We're going to use the old-fashioned. Alright, now what we have to do is we got to alternate. No, we don't have to alternate. We have to gradually add the flour to our creamy mixture batter here. Okay, so I have a fairly large spoon. If you have a larger spoon than this, that'll be great. But just to keep from adding too much at one time, just add a little bit at a time so you can blend it easier. It blends better that way. Okay? And you kind of want to stir it until you get the flour blended into the creamy mixture. And you keep doing that until you use it all up. I guess I can add two big heaping spoons in there. And we'll blend it up. It's still very creamy. And it's still kind of loose, so you got a ways to go. But you want to blend your flour mixture in your cream mixture very well. Okay? And I can just add the remaining of that. It's not too much. Okay? Now, let me blend this together. Now, that's pretty good. Now, get around the sides here. All right. Now we're going to start adding our uncooked oats to the batter, to the creamy mixture here. Okay. I'm going to add about 4 heaping spoons of that. Okay. And however you want to add it is fine. You can just kind of pour it in there if you want to. There's no special way. You just don't want to dump them all in there at one time. It's much harder to mix it that way. And you want to make sure that you get it mixed up really good. So that's important. That. There we are. Starting to get a little bit thicker, guys. Add some more. Okay. Stir it again. As you can see, it's starting to thicken up here, like cookie dough. Okay. Alright, stir it again. These cookies used to be a hit in my family when my children were little. Well, not little, but when they were in high school. When their high school would have a bake sale, the classmates would go, "Oh, have your mom make those oatmeal cookies?" So of course I would. They love those oatmeal cookies. So anyway, I thought about that the other day and I said, I'm going to make me some oatmeal cookies this week. Alright, now this is all mixed up. It's all ready to go in the pan. Now, I'm going to use tablespoons to, let's see, take these two. Use tablespoons to spoon it into the pan so they all be the same size, you know, kind of uniform like. And let me get my baking pan here. Really need some new cookie sheets, but this will suffice. Now I have my cookie sheet here and my parchment paper. I'm using parchment paper, but you could just, if you have a pan, you could just spray it, or either, you know, put aluminum foil over it and spray it, however you want to do it. But I like to use parchment paper. So that's the way I'm going to go this time. So I take my parchment paper, and now I'm going to spray it with my non-stick spray. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spoon my cookies. Guys, I really need to invest in me a big cookie sheet, a couple of them. Cookie baking pans. It'll be a lot much efficient. Okay, now I'm just going to spoon my cookie dough onto the pan with tablespoons, mind you, not teaspoons. They'll be too little. They'll be too tiny. Okay, now, and you can, you know, just kind of measure the spoon, you know, and put it in the pan. Alright? Fill the spoon up with the cookie dough. And that's all it is to it. And we'll put it on the pan. And they all should be uniformly the same size. Okay. Here we are. And this one. So I got about 6 cookies on this little cookie sheet here, which is okay. If I had a bigger one, I could probably do maybe 10 or 12 at a time. But it's alright. Now they're ready to go into the oven. The oven should have been heated to 300 degrees. I don't know if I mentioned it, but in the beginning, before you start, it's always good to, set your oven then. So then by the time you have everything mixed up, the oven should be good and hot for you. So now I'm going to put mine in because my oven is on. And I'm baking my cookies 10 to 12 minutes, depending on how fast it's going to cook. But mine's is working at 12 minutes. So when they're ready to come out the oven, they look like this. Put that here. And I let them cool for about 5 minutes in the pan. And then I'll take my spatula. And here I have cooling racks for my cookies or cakes and what have you. And just scoop it off of the parchment paper and let them continue to cool on the rack here. And when they're completely cool, I'll be able to put them in the container. And guys, that's all it is to it. They're very easy to make. And I guarantee you they will be a hit. Every time I make them, whoever has them, they just love it. And all kind of compliments on this. So there you have your oatmeal cookies. Now, that's it, guys. So here we have them. And as a matter of fact, I'm baking them for a bake sale tomorrow at work. So I'm pretty sure they'll be fine. But anyway, guys, that's it. And I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.